Hey, EXP colleagues, Blake here. Just wondering if you give me about 7, 8 minutes. I want to talk really briefly. You may be aware of the NAR settlement, the National Association of Realtors settlement that happened in the United States last week. A $418 million settlement, I believe it was. And it was all to do with buyer's agency and how commissions are presented from the listing agent and shared with the buyer's agent, etc. Now, if you've been following this the last weeks or months as I have, you might have been looking at this thing going, okay, how is this going to affect us in Canada? How are we different? How are we the same? And I always kind of thought that our commission models, our explanation of how commissions are shared, etc., our flexibility in commissions, I always thought we were a little different than the United States, a little more consumer friendly. As we know, commissions certainly aren't fixed, at least not in our where I am in British Columbia, where we are in British Columbia. You can, Mere Posting can throw their home on the MLS and pay a selling realtor $2. So I felt pretty good going forward about where we were at. Now, there are still lawsuits before the courts in Canada, and we will probably see some changes here once this shakes down. But it's not the sky is falling, it's opportunity. But you should be aware and you should be pivoting on how you do business. Now, I want to talk a little bit. One of the cool things our company did, and I'm so proud of this group, they were probably working on this for a while. This week, they unleashed something in EXP University called Winning Buyers. They were probably working on this for a while. They didn't just throw this together once the settlement came out. But I want you to just watch this. This is Brian Ellington. He's the Chief Learning Officer from EXP Realty. Talks a little bit about the settlement and a little bit about this course. This is 2 minutes. Give this a watch.
Hello, amazing EXP agents. I'm Brian Ellington, Chief Learning Officer for EXP Realty. We're so glad you chose to be part of EXP and also that you chose to take this training. Churchill said, never let a good crisis go to waste. In times of crisis in our industry, the best agents look for the opportunities of the market and run toward the fire. The changes in our practices brought about by the NAR settlement has presented us with one of the biggest moments of change in our industry, leaving our competitors paralyzed by the question of how to adapt. While the industry is still evolving and there's more change to come, EXP and our amazing agents are here to help you get into action today. And I can assure you that when you make the choice to see the opportunities of this market and get after it, you will outpace your competitors and build the business you've always wanted. That starts first with your mindset, then skills and tools, then the action it takes to get the results you want. This training will help with all of those. So let's start with recognizing the opportunities these changes are bringing to us and change our mindset to one of a positive outlook of taking advantage of the opportunity. Gone is the question of whether a potential buyer will sign a buyer representation agreement. Thanks to NAR's changes, they absolutely will. The only question now is, will they sign with you or some other agent? My money's on you. And once your buyers sign with you, you don't have the same concerns we used to have about a whole host of things, like buyers abandoning you after having shown them properties, procuring causes, FSBOs, builders. And as important, while we always need to be vigilant of our safety, this will no doubt help to make us a little safer as an industry. EXP is built for these times. Being agent-led means that we can always rely on the best of the best within EXP to help light the way. And this training is no different. It features some of the best agents in the industry sharing their strategies, scripts, tips, and tools to help you adapt your skills and get into action. We can't wait to see how big your business grows as a result. So, here we grow.
So, again, essentially, this is about sharpening your tool, making your toolbox grow. Most of us have some sort of a listing presentation. Very few of us have a buyer's presentation. I don't. And for the most part, you know what, I probably get away without having one because I've been in the business a long time and I got gray hair. But I lose opportunities against young agents all the time because they've presented better than I have. We should never rely upon we should just never rely. It's just like sports, always be practicing. So what EXP has built in the last few weeks. This is amazing. Take a close look at this thing. Go into EXP World, or excuse me, go into EXP University, find winning buyers. Now, I sent you this last week. Leo Pereja, Chief Strategy Officer, and Holly Mayberry, the Vice President of Brokerage Operations. They did a really good job of breaking down the NAR settlement, what it meant, but they talked about the same things that Brian did, the opportunities that are there for agents that want to make the effort. It's competitive out there. It's going to get more competitive here in Canada as well. This isn't just a United States thing. Take a look at this course. There's a lot to it. You can see introductions, working with the buyers, working with sellers. And then they've got some really sharp agents from across the United States explaining what they do, tips, tools of the trade, scripts, brochures. Now, I've told you this before. If you don't use EXP Marketing Center, you really should. We're doing an open house today, and punch me in the face for doing an open house. I hate those things, but we're doing one. We had to throw together a brochure. We weren't prepared on Canva. I went into Marketing Center yesterday. Boom, we did up a brochure in 10 minutes. Just dropped the MLS number in. It pulls all the photos right up from the MLS. We had a brochure printed in 15 minutes. So take a look at this stuff. Take a look at this course. I'm going to be diving in myself in the next few days, learning from some agents that are a lot younger than I am, but doing some really cool stuff. So anyway, again, go into EXP University, find winning buyers, take a look at this, and use what the company is offering. Attend our sales meetings with the brokers. They're worthwhile. The keeping out of real estate jail. Sorry, I know I keep talking about that, but it's critical in this day and age. It's competitive out there, guys, gals. So yeah, take a look, and if you want to chat, I am always here. Happy Saturday.